What's up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do me the honor. Hit that subscribe button. Please ring the bell. That way you get notified if I'm going live or doing a video like this. And thank you so much for watching. Please also share out the video. Hit that thumbs up button. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description of my Instagram and Twitter. I will follow you back. Daniel Jones is expected to play on Sunday. This is according to Jordan Renan. Do you hear me, Jordan Renan? Yes, I'm mentioning your name. This is where I got my information from. God forbid I don't give him credit. Jordan Renan says that Daniel Jones is expected to play. Now, of course, Jordan Renan also said that the injury was pretty bad right after the game, and obviously it wasn't pretty bad, so you can take it with a grain of salt. And, of course, Jordan Renan's his information comes from a source close to the quarterback. Take it for whatever it's worth. But supposedly, Daniel Jones is slated to play on Sunday. Now, Joe Judge has come out and said we want to see that he can protect himself in the pocket. We want to make sure that he can move around. We're going to practice him this week and everything else. We just want to make sure that there's no ill effects to the hamstring and that he's 100%. And that's exactly what the Giants need to do. You know, obviously, Washington winning the game may have forced the Giants' hand a little bit. You know, if Washington did not beat Pittsburgh and the Giants really had a 2-game cushion, if you think about it, because they would have had a game lead, as far as wins and losses go. And, of course, we're on the tiebreaker with Washington. So maybe they could have held Daniel Jones out against Arizona. Obviously, they were able to beat Seattle with Colt McCoy. So there's no reason to think that they couldn't do the same against Arizona. It sounds like Arizona's defense is, some kind of monster defense. They're not very good at all. And Seattle's defense is actually playing a lot better. And our offense did enough to win the game. It's the defense that's going to have their hands full with Arizona when it comes to Kyler Murray and his scrambling ability. Also, they got Larry Fitzgerald. They got DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, they got a hell of a wide receiving core over there. So, obviously, their offense is very formidable. Daniel Jones is going to get the start. This does also help the New York Giants, however, because, again, with Colt McCoy, you're going to be a little bit cautious with your play calling. You're not going to be as aggressive in some areas. You're probably not going to have a lot of trick plays. You're not going to run as many RPOs. And that may even not be in the cards for the New York Giants. I mean, you really don't want Daniel Jones running a ton of RPOs on a bad hamstring, whether that's 100% or not. As I mentioned before, a strained muscle can come back, and it can come back, with a vengeance. So the Giants really do need to be careful with Daniel Jones. Obviously, the Giants have won 4 straight, and things are looking really good for the New York Giants right now. We are the best team in this division. I said this when we were 1-6. Everybody thought I was crazy. I actually revisited a video of somebody, I'm not going to mention his name because I mentioned it last night, it said I was crazy. And I didn't really care, being that's an Eagle fan. Eagle fans are supposed to talk crap about the Giants. I was amazed at the amount of Giants fans who are like, oh, we don't claim Bad Dog. Oh, I didn't even watch the video. Bad Dog's insane. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not insane. I mean, I am insane, but you know what? I do know what the hell I'm talking about. And you know why? Because I watch this team every single week of my life. And that's why. But anyway, I digress. The Giants have been playing much better football. They've been closing these games out. The defense is playing at another level. I mean, they're playing like a top 5 defense in this league. And the offense, again, hasn't really shown out and had a big game. I mean, maybe this is the game where the New York Giants can finally break out. Maybe they can have a big win, but Arizona's not going to make it easy. Again, they have to fly across the country to face us. It's not going to be very cold here. I checked it out on Sunday. The weather's supposed to be a morning shower at about 55 degrees, so that's not going to affect anybody. That's not going to affect Kyler Murray. I know a lot of us are sitting there hoping that the weather was treacherous. But then again, you got to remember, Daniel Jones has not played well in cold weather games either, in sloppy games either. Last year when Arizona came up here, it was very rainy and wet and sloppy, and they killed us. So, again, the coaching staff was much different. The team was much different. The mindset was much different. This New York Giants team is ready for bear. As I said, Washington winning may have forced the Giants' hand. Washington winning also, I think, is beneficial for the Giants because now the Giants can't have a letdown. You just came off a really big emotional win on the road with your backup quarterback against Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, who some people are considering a Super Bowl contender. The biggest win the Giants have had in many, many, many years, even though we're only 5-7. That win was monumental. And it spoke a lot about the team in general and the coaching staff and what they're able to do, even with a backup quarterback. So obviously coming back across the country, it is natural to have a little bit of a letdown, especially if Washington would have lost and the Giants would have had a little bit of leeway. But I do think that Washington winning will not allow it. And I also don't think Joe Judge will allow it. And that's why Giants fans are so high on Joe Judge, because Joe Judge is not going to let this team get complacent. Okay. And that's why Washington's doing really well as well, because, you know, they got a Ron Rivera there. Ron Rivera's a fighter, man. Ron Rivera's a fighter. Ron Rivera's a tough dude. Ron Rivera was a linebacker for the 85 Bears. Ron Rivera brought the Panthers to the Super Bowl. Ron Rivera knows what the hell he's doing. And much like the New York Giants, Washington takes on the persona of their head coach. They're fighters. Washington and the Giants are very, very similar teams. And I'll be honest, I'm enjoying the fact that we're the two teams at the top of this division. I can't stand the other two teams. I say this all the time. When I was growing up, it was the Washington and the Giants, and I liked it like that. And I always talk to the Washington football team fans, say, I can't wait till it's us two fighting for the division. It came a year sooner than I thought it would. Obviously, neither one of us are great. I think Washington and New York, we probably are where we thought we'd be, about 5-7. I'm sure a lot of us picked 6-10, maybe 7-9. Didn't think that'd be good enough for the division. This year it is. But the Giants can't take anybody lightly. Every single game from here on out is a playoff game, and the Giants have to treat it as such, man. We cannot get complacent. We cannot have a let up. We can't worry about Washington either. You know, everybody's like, oh, I'm worried about Washington. The Giants don't have to worry about Washington. The Giants have to worry about the New York Giants. They have to worry about the Arizona Cardinals this week. Then they got to worry about, you know, the I forgot who they play the week after that. The Cleveland Browns next week, you know, and then the Ravens, and then the Cowboys. You take it one game at a time. You worry about your opponent. That's all the Giants have to worry about. Washington's in our rearview mirror. We don't need to look at them. We don't need to look at the Eagles. We don't need to look at the Cowboys until week 17. You ain't got to worry about any of those teams. Just take care of your own business. Well, Daniel Jones is coming back, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what the Giants do with him. Again, I really don't think they'd run an RPO, but at the same time, if Daniel Jones is 100% healthy and they think that he's good enough to go, then the entire playbook should be open. So if you think Daniel Jones is good enough to start, then RPOs should be in the playbook. They should have no problem telling Daniel Jones, take off and run. I don't want him to go into this game, and I don't want the coaching staff to be like, well, you know, run if you have to, but watch your hamstring. I don't want Daniel Jones thinking about that hamstring if he's in the game. Okay? He's either 100% ready to go, every single play in that playbook is open for him, or he's not good enough to go. You sit him for another week. You make sure he is 100% healthy and that every single play in that playbook is ready for him to run, and you go with Colt McCoy again. You don't want to hurt Daniel Jones. You don't want him to be out for an extended period of time. You know what I mean? But Daniel Jones is scheduled or expected to start on Sunday. Obviously, it's a big boost for the New York Giants. Our offense is definitely better with Daniel Jones than it is Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy did what he had to do. But again, I don't think the entire playbook was open for Colt McCoy. But hey, you know, he didn't make any mistakes. I know he threw the one pick that really wasn't on him. And I mean, he did throw some pretty ugly looking passes too. There's no doubt about that. But hey, he got the W. Giants are going to start Daniel Jones. And, can't overlook the Cardinals, man. It's a big game on Sunday. We're playing for first place, and Daniel Jones seems like he's going to be a part of it. Let's go, New York Giants. That's all I got in this video, guys. Until next time, it's Bad Diggity Dizzle. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And I'm gone. Peace!